Hey YouTube, this is Reaprock 1967 doing an early morning video. I had a BFC. I am really freaking hyper. Anyway, who cares? But bringing you a new Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. It's on my darkworlds. They're actually pretty ballin', but I just wanted to cover the video because many people are wondering what this deck is gonna do. It's actually pretty good if you can get a consistent hand, which is kind of hard because a lot of the cards that you're putting in the deck are just like staples. So the stuff like your Dark World dealings and your field spell, you just gotta kind of hope you draw into. I wouldn't recommend dualities or um, the terraforming because they're dead draws if you have the cards you need. So you just kind of hope that your Dark World dealings, your brows, or your lure and the field spell just allow you to draw everything you need. But like I said, the deck's pretty inconsistent, but it's good when you get a good hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it does. Show you the deck first, obviously, then tell you what it does. And all right. Thank you for viewing. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Rate, comment, subscribe. You know, the usual. Here we go. We start with the main condition of the deck, the 3 Graphas. He's severely broken once you get him out. He can be special summoned from the graveyard by sending one Dark World monster on your field back to your hand. Basically, he's Hyperion. 27. His defense is lower than Hyperion, but his effect is just about as good. He's basically, to me, he's like a fortress by his effect. When he's special summon, well, not special summon, but discarded from the hand to the graveyard, you can destroy 1 card on the field. And if he would be discarded by an opponent's card effect, you can look at your opponent's hand, randomly discard a card, and if it's a monster, you can special summon it to your field. He's broken. Really broken. 3 Snow. I'm actually thinking of only running 2 when I get a morphing jar because she's a dead draw unless you get her about midway through the game. Because you want your opponent to have monsters in the graveyard because her effect says when she's discarded by a card effect, you can special summon 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard to your field in defense. Go-Yo Guardian, basically, when she's discarding. Yeah, she's only good at 2 because if you draw her at the beginning of the game, there's no monsters in your opponent's graveyard, so it's terrible. But anyway, next card, 3 gold. He's basically a beat stick in the deck now, because there's not really much your opponent's going to be doing to discard cards from your hand, so he comes out as a 23 beat stick. But if he is discarded by an opponent's card effect, you can destroy 2 cards on your opponent's side of the field. Beige. He's basically a 19 beat stick when the field spell's on the field that can be special summoned when he's discarded. That's his only effect. 3 Baron. If you don't run 3 Baron, you're stupid. I'm sorry, but he's just too broke, and he allows more discard, which the deck needs. Baron says when you inflict battle damage to your opponent. Note, he's a 21 beat stick when you have the field spell. You can discard 1 card from your hand. So you discard like a gold, or you discard your Grapha, or you discard your whatever, and you get to special summon stuff, so it's really good. And then, of course, Brow at 3. You need Brow at 3 because this card just allows you to draw. You can draw 2 through Dark World dealings. You can draw 2 through the field spell. So this guy just allows a +1. Normally, he only allows, like, a balance effect, but now he's a +1, so he's excellent. You have to run him at 3. That's it for the monsters. I don't run any of the other bullcrap that you get in the starter deck. I don't think it's necessary. I just run the necessary cards because I'm testing the deck. The field spell, of course, Gates of the Dark World. All Fiend-type monsters gain 300 attack, and you can banish 1 Fiend in your graveyard and discard a card once per turn to draw a card. It's broken. Let's put it that way. It gets +2s for Brow. You get to draw cards. You get to remove cards you don't need in your graveyard. It's awesome. 3 Dark World dealings. You must have 3 of this, or you're stupid. Discard a card after drawing a card. Both players do it. So you could hurt your opponent's hand potentially, and you get to special summon or draw or whatever. 2 Dark World Lightnings. I was going to run 3, but 3 seems to stack in my hand when I don't want to use it. I don't want to discard like Darkhold or Torrential, so it's like this card's good for opening or mid-game. Depends. It depends on the situation, but I like it opening. So, you get to destroy 1 face-down card, and then you discard 1 card. So it's pretty good. It's like an MST. Card destruction. Everybody knows what it does. Not explaining it. Allure. Everybody knows. Not explaining it. Reborn staple. Book staple. Dark Hole and Heavy. No MSTs. Don't need them because I have Dark World Lightning. Traps, Dark Hole, Staple, Call the Haunted, Double Dark Bribe, Force, Torrential, and 2 Bottomless. That's pretty much the deck. The only cards that really don't come with the starter deck that you have to add for Staples are Bottomless. I'm noticing Torrential and Force, Call the Haunted, Solemn, Heavy, Dark Hole, Book of Moon, Reborn, and that's it. Everything else is pretty much staples. Easy staples that you get in other starter decks. And cards that have been reprinted so much, if you don't have them, then something wrong. But anyway, that's the Dark World deck. Just wanted to give a quick overview on it, explain what it does. Basically, it's like the old Dark World, except now it has control. It has a lot of control. It has a lot of swarm. It has more swarm. So basically, it's just a buffed up old version. You can still add stuff like Plague and Trag, Gale. All that stuff does the job if you want to synchro. I don't want to synchro. This deck exceeds. So I put out Utopia, or I put out Leviathan, or if I decide to side in the little 2-star that special summons himself, or makes your opponent discard a card, I can go Gotchi. If I decide I want to side in the little Raikou one, when he's destroyed by battle, he can destroy a card on the field. Broken! He can also let me exceed for Gotchi. So, yeah, that's the deck. Rate, comment, post, subscribe. Let me know what you think. This deck is awesome. It's not better than Agents, but it's awesome. It's definitely not better than Keepers, but it is a solid deck for beginners. So, thank you for viewing, and have a great one.